This one is number 7 in section 4.2. The question is still regarding finding least square regression and interpret the y-intercept and the slope. So let's take a look at the data. You'll see instead of one set, it actually gives you two sets. One is for male and then the other is for female. So read the question carefully to see which one they're asking for. Part A, find the least square regression line for male, treating the number of licensed drivers as the explanatory variable and the number of fatal crashes, y, as the response variable. So your this column under number of the males licensed driver, notice this has in thousands. Those numbers are your x coordinate, and the number of fatal crashes here will be your y value, which is the response variable. Okay, be careful, this one is actually in thousands, and then so this means if you have a 12,000 male licensed driver, then there will be 227 crashes. Okay, open the data in the StatCrunch. Now, doing regression, we do under stat regression simple linear. So if you are looking for the male ones, make sure your x variable will be the number of male licensed drivers, and the y variable will be the next column, which is number of fatal crashes here. And then do compute. It will give you the number of fatal crashes related to number of male licensed driver in thousands. And then the number in front of your x value, which is number of the male licensed driver, this number is your slope. It's the number in front of the x here. So let's see what the question is asking for, putting the slope and y-intercept. So your slope here should be 0.3422, rounded to 4 decimal places. And your second number, which is the constant, and then also it's called y-intercept, that number should be, okay, cannot put that in here. The number should be 1002.1 because it's only asking you to round to 1 decimal place. So that will be 1002.1. Okay, fantastic. Now find the least square regression line for female. All you need to do is go back here and change your x variable into number of female licensed driver, and change your y variable to be number of fatal crashes right after the female one, corresponding to female ones. Okay, compute. Now you should have a new regression line, which is this one. So the same reason, you'll see 0.1044 should be your slope, 0.1044, and your intercept is 514.99, rounded to 1 decimal place should be 515.0, 515.0. Okay, nice work. Now next question is interpret the slope of the least square for each gender, and then if appropriate, how might an insurance company use this information? So for the male ones, asking what is the correct interpretation of the slope of the least square regression for male. So the for male one, 0.3422 is the slope. What does that mean? It means whenever you have 1 unit of the x value change, because you will have 0.3422 corresponding y change. In this question, your x actually representing number of licensed driver for male in thousands. So that means in every 1,000 male holding a driver's license, increasing, okay, increasing. If you're increasing 1,000 people who's holding driver's license for male, then there will be 0.3422 increasing of fatal crash. Okay, So look at the answer. It should be if the number of fatal crashes, no. If the number of male licensed driver increases by 1,000, then the number of fatal crashes increased by 0.3422 on average. Fantastic. And then you continue to go to find out what is the correct interpolation slope for least square regression line for female, which should be same reasoning. That will be 0.1044. So if the average age of all female licensed driver increased by 1, no. If the number of the female licensed driver increases by 1,000, then the number of fatal crashes increases by 0.1044. Okay, fantastic. Okay, next one is interpret the slope. The slope of regression line for male is greater than, right? Because your 0.3422 is greater than 0.1044. It's greater than the female. This means that males tends to be involved in more fatal crashes than female. An insurance company may use information to argue for higher rates for male customers, right? That makes sense because males easier to make fatal crashes. Good job.